Hey everybody, welcome to I Podcast. We're going to be interviewing Charles again. We were going to go to Iokath, but due to some technical difficulties, we will continue the Assault on Tython story since we just did Korriban Incursion last time, and we'll try to get them back again for Iokath, hopefully before the Sisters drop. Or maybe when the Sisters drop.
Yeah, really excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. Unfortunately, Dee is going to miss at least a portion of this due to a family issue, but she would want us to soldier on and kill as many pubs as possible. So, since we last talked to you, we have had Tithe drop, we've had, obviously, the Iokath Daily area, and we've had Celebration. Let's talk about Celebration. What was that like on y'all's end? Because I know it was a lot of fun for us.
Oh, yeah, it was just the best time I've had all year, man. It was just such a blast. Celebration's my favorite convention in the world. I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased, being pretty big into the Star Wars stuff, and it's all about Star Wars, so it's pretty much feels tailor-made for me, and it's just so much fun. You can see just, whole families going around. It's really cool just seeing, whole generations, multiple generations, grandparents with their little kids, in line for shows or for panels and things. The awesome costumes. Obviously, I'm huge into that. You see a dark trooper walking around, and you're in the right place. So yeah, it was just so much fun. And then of course, doing the Cantina night with all the fans and getting to meet everyone in person is just my favorite part of the whole thing. Right? It's a chance to actually get out there and chat with y'all and hear what you're into, what you would like to see changed, and just have a drink and have fun. It's just such a cool experience for us to get to go out and get to throw a party and hang out with y'all. So I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, and I saw you came and I think you had your Mando gear one day. I saw you at the convention in your Jedi gear. And then, obviously, at the Cantina, you were in Jedi gear.
Yep, I think, let's see, the Jedi, I brought the Mando, and I brought my Imperial Security Bureau uniform.
Yeah, I saw you Jedi Day, and I came in my Barris cosplay to
Which
the
was
Cantina.
Awesome.
I was pretty happy with it. I was rushing to get it all done for the convention.
It's always a rush.
But I think I might be the first Barris. I haven't ever seen a Barris online or anything like that, so.
You're the first one I've ever seen. Opportunity, if anyone else has one, to send it to us so that we can share it.
Oh yeah, tweet it to @SWTOR on Twitter. Yeah, version 2.0, I want to do like a fiberglass mask.
That'd be sweet.
Maybe if I can widen that eye hole a little bit, because that was limiting.
Yeah.
I had like a 5-foot wingspan, and I was looking out of a keyhole.
Well, that's why you had us with you, because we were his entourage, making sure that he didn't stab anybody in the throat with his pointy shoulder wings.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes if you adapt things straight out of the game, they're not as practical in real life.
Very Sithy, though.
It's true. Anyone who tries to come up, and surpass him is going to get jabbed in the sides by his giant pointy shoulders.
Yeah, I like to think about what the other Sith are talking about Barris when it's lunchtime and he's walking. It's why they have such wide halls. Those halls are that wide purely for people like Barris walking through. But there were some other announcements at Celebration. Obviously, we went in to get our first look at Tithe. What have y'all thought about the reception to Tython, or not Tython, my bad, Iokath?
It's been really exciting. It was kind of a big piece that we worked on for a long time to kind of put it together. And it was kind of the first time we were trying some new stuff in a shared space. We had done it in chapters, but not in a daily area. So it's been really cool getting the feedback on that, looking at ways we can improve it and use it better in the future. And seeing folks really get into the story and argue over which side to choose and how that played out for their character and seeing the fallout with the companions with Quinn and Alara. All of these hardcore players kind of returning and showing their skill at just taking on a nice new big challenge. It was exciting for us as a team to get to actually build or start building a new operation again. We have some very passionate designers who are really into that kind of stuff, and it felt like the time was right to return to it to make that happen for the fans. So it was really exciting to actually get to finally do one and see that it actually worked out really well, right? That it was a really fun experience, a worthy challenge.
Right. I think a lot of us are kind of group play oriented as a guild.
Right.
So it's really nice to see the daily area and the operations start to come back, because that's what we love doing, is getting the full group together and running it.
Right. Well, you're an army, right? So you got to show up in force.
Yeah. And we actually ended. Oh, careful of those missiles.
I thought I dodged it. I got lagged. I blame lag.
It's the lag. But yeah, we were actually fortunate enough on the last run to get a tithe to bring home back to the ship.
Nice.
The deco, that's just him standing there hanging out.
Yeah.
We were really happy to get that. I like that.
Has anyone gotten the pike?
No, we're not quite running veteran mode yet, but we want to get through where we're really kind of rolling through story mode. What has the response been to having the pike come from the packs as well as the boss?
So far, it seems like it's pretty solid, right? Like, I think it's a common criticism, right? People feel like there's a lot of stuff in the cartel market, so that people can kind of make their own choice. Make their own choices.
You can work your butt off for it, or you can pick it up.
And if I'm not misremembering, they are actually slightly different from each other as well. So you can still tell who did what.
Oh, really? I haven't gotten a chance to compare them at all.
Yeah, double check me. So I have also not prepared.
We'll have to fact check. You just send us 2 of them, and we'll compare them.
Oh, okay. Is that all we got to do?
Yeah, that seems the easy solution. I don't even use the double-bladed, so I just have Sinya running around with
it.
Right. I do like how certain companions tease different cartel items. You know, like Art comes in the full set of the
exactly.
That really nice.
Yeah, we wanted to find a better way to kind of tie stuff in, right? Make it kind of a part. Feel like it's all part of the same whole. It's always cooler to theme stuff, right?
My companion has cooler stuff than I do. I mean, no, I like my new gun. Although it was a pain in the butt to work up. I used all of my unassembled components, and then you go from one room to the next room to trade in the components for the piece.
Yeah, we'd still like to streamline that a bit. Yeah, it's a bit more work than it would really like it to be, ideally. I think the notion of making it accessible that way is right, but I think there's probably definitely some improvements we can make there.
Yeah, maybe even just moving the components vendor into the same room as the actual items. But the other news we got from Celebration that I think went kind of under the radar, but I thought was pretty big news and has shown to be pretty significant, is Keith Koenig's new position as producer.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have Keith in that role. He's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it's connected or not, but there has been, I think, a resurgence of activity on the forums. I know, especially from the producer position, Keith's been pretty active. And then I think you made your first post in a while the other day on the forums.
Yeah, I mean, Keith's always been...
Is that an initiative he's been pushing?
To some degree, yeah. I mean, I think, with Ben, we really tried... we focused on the live streams. We were really that way. But Keith, he comes from a background where he was on the forums a lot to begin with. And so he wanted to kind of shift some of the communications back that direction and, be more active there. Which I think, it is something that Keith has encouraged for sure. He's come from a background. He was on the forums quite a bit as part of his job. So I think that's just kind of where he felt natural. Versus Ben, who really liked the live streams, who really liked to do things there because he's big into streams and stuff like that. So I think he really wanted to. He had kind of shifted us in that direction. So I think it's a good change. I really like being on there, like I said, in one of my posts. It's something I haven't posted in a long time, and I should have been, but I do always try to read it, and keep up with what folks are saying.
Yeah, I think somebody posted if the only change is this added forum presence, and that's a good job on Keith's part.
There will be many changes. Keith is one of the most players first people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. So I'm really excited to be moving forward with him.
Well, as players, we like to hear that.
We've got ads over here.
Well, that's why you kills them. This one starts off with the best boss, or at least the roughest fight, I think.
Yeah, this one's a lot of fun.
Not even factoring getting to see a pillaged Tython.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for the team to kind of go back and revisit the areas, some of the first ones we had ever built, and change the feel. The artists really kick out of it.
I bet there was a bit of a feeling on some of them parts. Like, I know anything that I do, if I go back to do something that I did like a year or two ago, I'm like, oh, I was so bad at this. Why did they let me do this? Like, I've learned so much. Why did I do that? Because you're always growing, I think, as an artist.
So you can imagine coming back to something you did 5 or 6 years ago. I think it would have been at that time.
I mean, in a lot of ways, the aesthetics were fairly different back then too.
Yeah, we've definitely evolved a bit in terms of how we build things. It's still got that painterly feel, but I think it's taken a little more of a realistic bend.
Yeah, I remember the Pringle can lightsabers, and when there was no true black, the only black was like dark blue. Like, if you look at some of the old items, like, you can get like some of the sabers, like the saber that was modeled like Malgus's that you can get. It doesn't have any like true black on it. All the black spots are like dark blue. And it's like, oh yeah, that's how stuff was. That's how.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the cool things about having a game going on this long, right? Is that we get to actually see the graphics level of all things as those rise. And as people's PCs, the average level gets better. We can take advantage of it and tweak things all along the way.
Yeah, I remember the biggest jump I thought was Manon. When we got Manon, it was like, man, this is beautiful. Like,
yeah, I think they really nailed it there.
It looked great. I feel like that's underutilized too. There's a whole Manon area, and we don't even have any real reason to go there.
I have no comment. But I agree, it would be great to do some more stuff with Manon.
So, who's betraying us? Who's the...
It's Kai Zykin.
It's Kai. I figured it was Kai. Kai Zykin's become... I don't know if anyone here has ever watched Young Scooby-Doo Adventures.
No. I mean, I watched the original ones way back in the day, but...
No, I'm talking about like the kids show version. There's this kid in town that Fred always thought was the person, and his name was literally Red Herring. And he's like, I think it was Red Herring.
Great. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, right? Because, I mean, it's no matter who it is, people are going to be mad at us. So, we'll hopefully it's mad in a good way and not in a bad way. But, I'll take it as it comes. It's the story is a natural progression of where we've been going and of where we want to go.
So it is...
Take that leap.
I mean, I don't know if this is too much, but is this something you had already planning in your pocket when you were doing Fallen Empire?
Yeah, to some degree. You always have some thoughts on where you're going to go for the next beat. I wouldn't say it's we had it exactly 100% in there, but for sure, this was the question was always going to be, what is a reasonable threat? What is a reasonable challenge to deal with once you're the most important person in the galaxy, right? And a challenge from within your own power is the most obvious one. Seems like the most interesting place to go and explore how you deal with that.
I think it'd be really funny if we keep getting the option to kill people we think it is until we have nobody left supporting us, and it turns out it wasn't any of them, and it's like, oh, great. Now all my companions are dead.
It's the exact opposite of what we did at launch.
Yeah, don't let us kill them. Now you let us kill them frivolously. Oh, but I'll always have HK-51.
Yep. I will admit, if you had an opportunity to pay us real money for a character, we probably won't make them the traitor.
So HK and
Treek,
yeah.
I will say that it would probably tickle my heart if I was able to kill Treek.
You'd have to get the jump on Treek.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one.
I wouldn't mind seeing Treek sitting on the throne, giggling. They never expected it.
Suddenly, cannibalism is legal in the Eternal Empire.
Well, it's legal in Huttball, right?
It's not explicitly banned.
What is it Baron Deathmark says? He's like, but you can be the first.
You can be the first.
Do y'all have? I know we're waiting on the roadmap from Keith. Do y'all have like some general timeline ideas on like will we have the final operation boss by the end of the year, or are we hoping to have like a certain point by the end of the year, stuff like that?
I'll let Keith get into that. I don't want to steal his thunder.
Okay. Is Keith standing by? Hello, Keith.
No. I forget if 20 different versions of that.
Maybe y'all can put in a word and we could get Keith on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Run an operation. Or Flashpoint.
You can give him a hard time for not healing you enough.
I know at Celebration I got a chance to talk to him for a little bit.
Yeah.
He was one of the devs there talking to everybody. I think he said he has 20 characters, like 20 70s or something like that.
Yeah, he plays the game. I don't know if all 20 of them are 70s. He has quite a few. I think he said he has 3 characters now, 4 characters who've maxed out they're at command level 300.
Oh, really? I'm working my way there. I'm 217. My favorite thing is the orange gear that comes out, like some unique items.
Yeah, getting a chance,
like that new
some
hat.
Of that stuff. Some of it, I think, is stuff that we hadn't had available in a while.
Well, there's some things that haven't been in the game at all. There's a new sort of cowboy hat that's pulled down on the sides with sort of like a gas mask type thing on it.
I know just the one.
Kind of looks like an old plague doctor without the long nose. That's a very cool hat.
Just wear it for the Ragdoll event.
Yeah, it'd be a good Ragdoll event hat. I think we're gonna try to line of sight these guys.
Oh, I screwed that up for you.
Luckily, Operative's gotten a little stronger with AoEs and going from like 65 to 70. The gas cloud and the knives, very nice for crowd.
Yeah.
Taking out swaths of bad guys.
Yeah, class balance is another one I'm forward to us talking about a little more in the near future. I know it's a very popular topic.
Yeah. I know so much is kind of held back waiting on the roadmap. How much can you talk about the sisters? I know we've seen the screenshots and we've seen the area we're going to be fighting them, I think. And then we know a little bit narratively about them. The one jealous sister and one sister is like the light bearer.
Yeah, one of passion and one of.
I like to think that the mechanics are hopefully going to make narrative sense with them. Like the jealous sister is going to try to keep us from attacking the main sister or something like that.
We actually did play around with some.
Because she's got like some siren stuff like in her story. Ambushed.
Yeah, I mean, we played around with a few different mechanics up with those exact things. I think you'll definitely get some of that flavor in their lines and how they deal with things that happen in the fight.
And then we said we've done Tithe a bit, and we get the indication. I don't know if Tithe himself is just a mama's boy, or if that's the kind of like overall drive of the operation. The mom's sort of pushing things.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely be hearing more from her and seeing how they all kind of relate to her as it goes on.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Did y'all see the new Vanity Fair photos for Last Jedi?
Yeah, they look amazing.
This guy, this entire temple's collapsing around him, and he's like, "Gotta save the holocrons." He could use a backpack or something, maybe.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by the Benicio del Toro character. They're being very tight-lipped.
Yeah, I know there was rumors that he was Ezra for a while.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think that's going to be it. Sorry, trying to hit control 2 things at once. Didn't work out for me.
Yeah, right? Trying to talk and maneuver away from the debris.
Yeah, I think right now they're just giving like his initials. So I'm really intrigued. Can't wait to learn more.
Yeah, I've heard he's supposed to be like an underground sort of like sleazebag type guy. But I'm very interested. Can't wait for that. But the first one I saw was the picture of Luke and Leia like hugging each other. And it's like, man, that's...
Yeah, it still kind of makes me a little emotional, even now.
Yeah. I thought that Celebration did a really good job of kind of memorializing her. The Mark Hamill, like, saying goodbye event.
They did a lot of very...
I got you.
Thanks, man.
The forums are going to love that.
You can tell them I play like a companion. just walk right into
Usually my
AoEs.
companions... Usually their biggest issue are elevators.
Well, fortunately, there haven't been any yet in this one, so.
When a level designer like submits a level and there's an elevator, and are you all like, make sure to have the companion reappear at the bottom?
Yeah, it's always kind of a debate, right? It's elevators. There's the elevators that fade to black and kind of just move you, and then there's the ones that are, physical elevators that you ride on. I prefer the fade to black ones personally, but it kind of depends on the layout.
Well, fade to black has a very special meaning in Bioware.
Yeah, it leaves so much open to the imagination of what could be happening on that elevator. But
I like physical elevators, but I like them when they can smash you if you mess up.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, is that they tend to catch you in weird ways. They're not actually realistic in my view. Like no real elevator in real life works that way. So I personally think they're a little weird.
It's just like it's going up and it's going down. Get on in time or get dead. I particularly like the VIP area elevators that move so fast that if you take a misstep from the top level, you're done.
Yeah, I love hanging out up there or jumping in those elevators with like the biggest mount I can.
They're getting bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, we were very, we were very cautious.
Bigger by the
we were very cautious to start with, but now we're willing to push the envelope.
Yeah, I remember the first mounts were the stand-up mounts, and when people asked about it, the explanation was, we don't want them to take up too much, like square footage. We don't want them to be too big. Fast forward to 5 years later, and it's like, yeah, or a tank, ridiculous tanks, stuff like that.
Yeah, I love the tank.
I love like pretty much anything with a flourish.
Yeah. I was really excited when we got
that
the tech.
one black and red speeder that has the canopy closes, so like you can pull up and like open the canopy and be like, hey, and then close the canopy and drive off.
Yeah. We need a slide across the hood mount animation.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Or like just when you fire it up, your character slides across the hood and then pops in the driver's seat. That'd be really sick. That'd go really well with those that glare shade region item I mentioned last time. Or you could call it /deal with it.
Yeah.
And then you just throw the glare shades on.
Yeah.
There you go. 218.
Well done.
Is that it on this one?
Yep.
That was the dude? That was the
final
final guy?
That's it.
Just crushed it.
Wow, that was pretty easy. I keep thinking that the one guy in the really cool like cloak over armor is at the end of this one, but that's the end of Korriban. Yeah. I keep mixing those up.
We already crushed that dude.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, hopefully next time we can do Iokath.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be sure we get the character, get my character set up with what we need.
Make a lot of fun of Eric.
It's as much my fault as his. I want to throw him under the bus. I should have remembered that when we set things up, when we take the easy seductive path of using dev commands, it sometimes leaves a few things out that you need when you're going to play things normally.
Yeah.
Forever.
Well, you can't exactly. You can't exactly bring your regular character on and run with us, and then everyone knows your regular character's name, and then you're never able to play him again.
That would be sad.
Now, if everyone grabs a corner of this holocron, we'll be taking this home.
Seems reasonable.
Lift with your back, right?
Yeah, just squat down. Lock your lock your upper body.
Lock your knees and jerk in an upward twisting motion. We'll get this thing home. Oh, real quick, do you want to talk about some of the new changes to Cartel? I know y'all bumped out the bronze level stuff, and we're just going with silver and gold and platinum now.
Yeah, that was the hope. We wanted it to feel like there was less of the kind of filler stuff and a little more value. My a question I have is, as a player who kind of likes the filler stuff, might there be a new avenue to get that sort of thing down the road? Some other way to get it?
Just sort of the
basic
I think so. T-shirts.
I think that would be a good use of time, right? I think partly it's the filler. It's also just a matter of using our resources well, right? If we can have people make one platinum thing that's more desirable than 10 bronze things, then that just seems like the smarter move, right? But that said, it doesn't mean we couldn't get more of that stuff available in other ways, like you said, other routes. Maybe a good use of command tokens.
Yeah, command tokens.
Or direct sale, or
right
we
now,
can make some smaller packs. I don't know. There's lots of cool stuff we can do there.
Dark versus light tokens?
Yeah.
Or the dark tokens and light tokens? Right now, if you don't like that outfit or the pets, they really kind of stack up.
Yeah, I agree. That's another place where we really want to find more to do with that system, because it feels like there's not much in it. I think that could be improved.
Yeah, because I'm sitting on 100 of 100 right now.
Let's give you something to spend
I
those
need
on.
something for those tokens. Yeah, but yeah, thank you again.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I always love hanging out with y'all.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get you on again for Iokath. We'd also like to get Eric and Keith in. I don't know if y'all got
Eric's my adult
multiple computers. Eric's your
supervision for these things. If he's playing, he can't. It means we have to get yet another person to oversee.
Well, maybe we can get a rotation going.
Yeah. I'll be his adult supervision one time. Get him to play. The other thing is we've established a precedent where if Musco dies while playing, we have to give away stuff. We like giving away stuff, but at some point we're gonna.
I don't know. As the healer, I'd have,
you'd have ultimate power over how many things are given away as the healer.
Yeah, y'all had better stack up quite the treasure chest if that's gonna be the case.
Well, thank you again, Charles, for coming and helping us kill more pubs.
Yeah, man, it was my pleasure. I really have fun doing this.
The mastermind behind Havoc Squad really gives us an inside look into the pub mind.
I know all their tactics and ends.
Yeah, you already have all their tactics figured out.